Hello, everyone. Happy holidays, and welcome to the last video of the year of 2024 already. Commissioner Jody Hill-Lilly.
Hello, everyone. Happy holidays. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It actually is my favorite time of the year. And as always, I'd like to start off by saying thank you all. Thank you all for what you do every day. Thank you to those who are in the field working with families and children every day. Thank you for those at the 24-hour operation. Thank you for those in central office and offering support. We deeply appreciate everything you do every day.
That's right. And because of your efforts, we have over 1,100 children whose permanency was solidified this year, which includes 500 reunifications, 234 transfers of guardianships, and adoptions were well over 300, approaching 400.
Wow, all that work. And can you imagine families are able to celebrate together because of your hard work. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
You know what those numbers don't include are all the children that actually were able to remain safely at home due to the efforts of our DCF staff and our community partners who never faced or experienced a separation. So hard to even quantify what those numbers look like.
Yes, and we do. We thank our community partners for all the services that are provided to help kids stay at home. We really appreciate everything that's done every day.
And as an ongoing support to our families, we have the fantastic, nationally recognized olive branch in South Glastonbury, and we're actually going to go there the next couple days to visit and see the operations there.
I am blown away by the work that happens at the olive branch, that families can just come and literally just shop for the things that they need every day. Those are the untold stories. I wish we could just blast that story and just see how families benefit for such a service. So I'm so appreciative for that part of our work.
Really a sense of empowerment when families can come and pick up gifts themselves for their kids versus us giving them the gifts that they're gonna provide. So it was a great concept that was envisioned by Jackie Ford a number of years ago, and here we are, I think year 4, if not 5. So
shout out to Jackie Ford for the work that you're doing.
Yes, and a shout out to, as we're gonna celebrate the holidays, we know our facilities and our care line are 24/7, 365 days a year. Incredible work being done around the clock all the time by those staff members.
Yeah, another shout out to Lisa Damon. We had an emergency here where we had to shut down the building here at 505 Hudson Street in Hartford. And, you know, Lisa Damon's up at 4:30 a.m. in the morning along with the Caroline staff. They just keep going. We just really, really appreciate you all. And of course, some of our employees will be on Christmas celebrating and holding up our children who are, here, who are in the hospital or in our PRTF. Yes. So we really thank them for sacrificing their own families to celebrate with our children.
You bet. And Commissioner, a short while ago, you mentioned, media coverage. And we are grateful to our media partners for the manner in which we've been able to send out positive stories and the great messages about our work. While at times, we know there's also negative stories that come into play as well. What is your message to staff about those?
Well, first of all, since I'm in the shout-out business, I want to shout out Grandpa Hisha. So Ken Meisicland just became a granddad.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Incredibly excited about that and happy. I feel like we all just had a baby. But you also do an incredible job in your role along with the people that you work with every day. Just getting out those positive stories, spotlight on what's right. And we are grateful to the media for your coverage of those stories. I think things have shifted a little bit where we can get some positive stories out there. The negative stories, the hard criticals that happen, that's going to happen. And how we respond to it is what matters. When we need to be held accountable, if there are missteps, we own those and we try to learn from those mistakes,
Yeah.
right? If things happen or if we need to learn from things and grow, we will do just that. And I think we need to always be mindful how hard this work is, and that we need to have a systemic approach. And when we do the best that we can, you just need to know I will always have your back.
You will. And for those staff who haven't had the opportunity yet to read it, the Commissioner, you sent out a very clear all-staff memo about midweek explaining our response to some of that media attention. So we like to draw staff back to that if they have any questions. And so to switch to other amazing people, we've traveled around the state going to the foster care celebrations with the foster children, our licensed caregivers for the holiday events. I leave speechless by the love, the camaraderie, the care that these individuals provide to our kids every single day.
The foster parents and the adoptive parents who open up their hearts and their homes, and the work that they do every day is nothing short of miracles. I mean, who does that? And these people are just the most warm, welcoming folks you ever want to meet. I'm so deeply appreciative of our foster parents, our caregivers, who just do such a wonderful job. And it's wonderful to celebrate them during the season.
And literally everyone that I spoke to has a relationship with the children's birth parents and their family members because they recognize the importance of that connection. In fact, I was sitting with one of our foster parents who now adopted a little girl, and her father actually called from prison to talk to her over the phone, which was a very, very powerful to see the little girl gravitate over to the phone, knowing that, daddy, who is unable to care for her, was on the phone. It's hard to measure the impact of that. It really is. It really is.
Shout out to DC Williams, to Tina Jefferson, and
Natalia for really pushing.
For really pushing the
Quality
idea
parenting.
of parents being part of the equation with foster parents. Yeah, so the QPI initiative
is really taken off. You had a lot of fun the other night at the Wadsworth. Now, sometimes going to a museum isn't necessarily what one would think as a night of fun, but you had quite a cast with you.
Well, listen, you don't know Governor Ned Lamont until you see him interact with children. It was just an amazing thing to do. The Wadsworth was beautifully decorated, and we hosted some of our kids there, and it was fantastic. The governor just had a really good time. They actually drew him. It was so fun.
He modeled.
Yeah,
right?
he modeled, and they drew pictures of him, and then they had people win the contest. It was absolutely amazing. Just fun to see our kids interact with the governor, just have a really good time.
And he cut the second public service announcement for us promoting foster care. He's a huge champion in support of our.
Yeah. He's like, what do you want me to do? I'll tell him, you need more foster parents? I can help you with that. I'll give the message. It was
great. It was great. And speaking of supports, yesterday, hundreds of gifts were given to our New Britain office by the Department of Corrections. Shout out to Warden Devanya Long, Deputy Wardens Damian Duran and William Fote. Just the pictures, like the electronics, the things that our kids have specific to their unique needs and talents was really an amazing show of collaboration between DCF and DOC.
Commissioner Kuros, I mean, just your staff and what you did for our children, it just reminds you that there is humanity, and just we were completely and thoroughly overwhelmed and overjoyed by what you did for our kids. Thank you from the bottom of our heart, DOC. Thank you so much.
Yeah, just amazing. Now, you put a lot of miles on that state car again this month. I think you've gone to Bridgeport, Torrington, and New Haven shortly, doing listening tours, seeing our staff, interacting and hearing what's happening.
I'm amazed. I continue to be amazed. at the whether it's at the Employee of the Month, where you're just to see the sacrifice and the wonderful work that our people are doing. I'm doing these office tours, and let me say, Bridgeport, Torrington, and New Haven today it's just wonderful to spend time with our staff and see the great work that you're doing. I'm so proud of you all, and I look forward to coming to each of the offices and the facilities.
There you go. And lastly, to wrap up, Commissioner, our Spotlight on What's Right newsletter is going to come out in the next couple days. It has actually 10 pages of the best of 2024 accomplishments that our agency divisions have done. It is truly impressive to see in writing all of what we have done over the past year.
Yeah, I thank you for doing that, because we got to pause and celebrate all the good work that we've done that doesn't get published, that I had the privilege of seeing. That's what keeps us in this work, is what you all do every day. And we want to thank you for taking the time to highlight, all that happens. That's great at DCF. So
you bet. It's coming to an email near you. So Commissioner, wrapping up, any last minute messages and wishes for the staff as we close out the year?
I just want to say again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and please, please, please enjoy your holiday season.
Happy holidays, everybody. Take care.